Welcome. Let's look together, explore what's actually here instead of what habitually gets interpreted as things, interpreted as content of experience, like labeling, uh, table, flower, car accident, spilling the coffee, sunset. All of these, and how could I leave out the news? All of these labels are what is referred to as the content of experience. It's not direct experience per se. It's an idea about direct experience. So as a little refresher, direct experience would be the dimensions of experience: sound, sensation, light, colors, shades, vibes, thought, feeling. Those all appear as this presence that is. What I'd like to look into with you is this deeper look into this flow of experiencing that is more than the content that we're used to focusing on. What's happening out there, what people are doing, what is being said on the news, what's happening to me. That's again all the content. In this flow of experience, thoughts can arise. They do. Not just that they can, thoughts do arise. And then these thoughts are wondering, what is my purpose? What are my goals in life? I need to find meaning. All of this I very much resonate with. Imagine I was 19 once, imagine that. And all of that was going on, needing to find my purpose. In Opening to the Mystery, I write about this desperate seeking and this kind of overcharged nervous system and its effects, due to early trauma. And so I'm well aware of all of the uh, tumbling and jumbling of the mind that creates tension, that creates worry, that creates the need to do something, the need to make decisions. And, so that went on for decades. And I described that very intimately. But here we are when we're wanting to simply, how do I say, just be with this presence, this flow of experience. There's nothing, there's no state. We're used to thinking about being in different states. There's no state to be in because what is here, and this can be observed, that's the invitation, simply this flow, this seamless flow of experiencing, just like a river will um, move through curves, splash over rocks, just endless, ongoing, with no dividing or separating. And that's what experiencing is like this ongoing flow of a river. There's no states. What we're calling a state is simply um, different energy appearances. I could be sitting and enjoying this garden. It's quiet, gentle breeze. Um, then all of a sudden, something can happen, some appearance. That's what something can happen is yet an appearance that arises. Maybe I'm just going to make something up. A snake appears in the garden. I'm not fond of snakes. So all of a sudden now, um, an emotion, what we call an emotion, arises. Maybe it's fear, maybe it's a thought like, oh no, what do I need to do now? These are not different states. It's simply different textures in this flow of experiencing. And although thought can claim, oh, well, this is better, I'd rather feel this way. No, that's not as good. I mean, it's true, thoughts can arise, but the thing is to be able to recognize what is arising. The beauty about recognizing what is arising is that it's being noticed, which helps with not getting wrapped up and identified with whatever pattern is being noticed. It's not a better condition. It's just, well, feel it for yourself. How does it feel when thoughts are spinning? And how is it when uh, it's noticed and a breath and a pause can occur instead? So this noticing thoughts, they don't have to be believed. You know, it can be discovered. Um, what is my purpose? Um, you know, that implies that there's this uh, individual, this me character, this me appearance that needs to do something. Well, what was discovered here is that just this entire apparent timeline just unfolded. It seemed like there was an apparent someone who was making decisions or bumbling through decisions. But from this perspective of the infinite, it was simply all unfolding. And when that began to be recognized, it was such a relief because it's all unfolding as it will. And it just, it just takes the pressure off, really. So this noticing is really key. Noticing is just aware of this presence of being, this presence of experiencing. Uh, it can be really helpful throughout the day to pause, focus on the breath, just in the middle of nothing, just pausing, attend to sensation, notice sounds. What is doing this noticing is presence itself. We think that this I character, this me character, has to do these things. This can be seen through. Thoughts can be seen through. It can be recognized that nothing thought claims is actually what it is. or what's really happening. Just think about all of the, trauma and drama that seems to be appearing in the so-called world and how easy it is to get wrapped up in that. It's not like, okay, well, I'm just not going to let myself get wrapped up in that anymore. And, that's simply the me character trying to be, calm or whatever. It's not about trying to do anything since there is no doer. There's simply this presence that is the flow of experiencing. And this is reality itself doing itself. That is the big aha. This is all reality itself doing itself, even appearing as a separate character. The more unfolding, the more recognition, the more noticing thoughts and beliefs and how they're held. There's simply a relaxation, a loosening of ideas and beliefs about how things are. So I'm delighted to be with you. I'd love to know your thoughts and your ponderings. Thank you so much for being here.